Have we ever thought about why people who seem selfish are sometimes appreciated by everyone around them? Are there any valuable lessons we can take from this selfish nature? I'm sure many of us are skeptical, or even a little surprised by this idea. However, let's explore together in this video why egoism can be a quality valued by society. Is there perhaps a positive aspect that is often overlooked? Is it possible that we can learn something valuable from people who seem focused on themselves? Let's think deeper, and together we'll explore 7 Stoic lessons that might provide a new perspective on this. So, prepare yourself to dive into these interesting concepts, and let's start with a simple question. Is there anything we can learn from healthy egoism? Before we explore any further, let's first break down what egoism actually means. In simple terms, egoism can be defined as self-orientation, where individuals tend to focus on personal interests and happiness. However, it should be noted that this concept can sometimes get lost in negative interpretations. Egoism, basically, can be divided into 2 different dimensions: positive and negative. Positive egoism is related to healthy self-awareness, where a person is aware of his personal needs and happiness without forgetting his social responsibilities. Individuals with positive egoism may tend to seek a balance between meeting personal needs and making positive contributions to the surrounding environment. On the other hand, negative egoism is a narrower view where individuals only think about themselves without paying attention to or even harming others. This is an image of egoism that is often considered detrimental and self-centered, which can have a negative impact on social relations and the environment. It is important to understand this difference, because in this discussion, we will explore how the concept of egoism can be interpreted in a more positive and constructive way. Let's dive deeper into the Stoic lessons that show how healthy selfishness can add value to ourselves and others around us. First Stoic lesson: deep self-understanding. In Stoic philosophy, self-understanding is considered the main foundation for leading a meaningful life. This self-understanding is not just recognizing personal preferences or desires, but is deeper, including knowledge of our inherent values, strengths, and weaknesses. From a Stoic perspective, self-understanding is the gateway to wisdom. By digging deeper into oneself, one can understand how to react to certain situations, recognize emotional tendencies, and assess the extent of dependence on external factors. Self-understanding helps form wisdom because individuals who are deeply aware of themselves are better able to manage reactions to life's challenges. By knowing one's limits and accepting reality, a person can make wiser and more appropriate decisions. Self-understanding also involves reflection on personal values. By knowing what is truly important to us, we can direct our energy and focus on the things that provide true meaning in life. In the context of egoism, good self-understanding can help someone become positively egoistic, namely by fighting for personal happiness without forgetting moral values and responsibilities towards other people. So, through deep self-understanding, we can open the door to wisdom that not only benefits ourselves, but is also able to have a positive impact on the environment around us. This is the first step towards unearthing powerful Stoic lessons for a better life. Stoic Lesson 2: the advantage of self-control in positive egoism. In the context of positive egoism, self-control is an important pillar that helps guide our actions wisely. Stoicism teaches that self-control involves the ability to manage reactions to situations, limit excessive desires, and find emotional stability amidst challenges. Stoicism emphasizes that a person must be able to control passions and emotions so as not to get trapped in a cycle of impulsive reactions. In the context of egoism, this means avoiding decisions that are driven by unbalanced selfish desires and do not consider long-term interests. Stoics believe that by controlling oneself, one could achieve greater wisdom. It's not about suppressing emotions, but rather wise management of them. For example, recognizing tendencies to be angry or jealous, and then responding with a cool head and objective judgment. In the context of positive egoism, self-control helps a person choose actions that not only meet personal needs, but are also in line with moral values and have a positive impact on others. Thus, excess self-control is not a limitation, but rather the key to freeing oneself from negative influences and guiding egoism towards more constructive goals. Stoic Lesson 3: Exploring empathy with oneself and self-love. In the context of healthy egoism, the third Stoic lesson takes us into the concept of empathy for oneself, a dimension that is often overlooked in discussions around egoism. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of understanding and accepting oneself empathetically. This is not egoism that intends to harm others, but rather an acknowledgement of weaknesses, failures, and personal needs without neglecting social responsibility. Empathy towards oneself allows a person to grow personally, understand their emotional state, and have a healthier relationship with themselves. In Stoicism, self-love does not mean boasting or putting yourself first without paying attention to others. On the other hand, self-love from a Stoic perspective is respect for personal values and inner qualities that can form a strong character. This is a form of positive self-recognition, where a person loves and respects himself by realizing his potential and limitations. In the context of positive egoism, empathy for oneself and self-love are the foundations for making positive contributions to the surrounding environment. By caring for oneself in a balanced way, a person can become stronger emotionally and better able to provide support to others. This is an important step in understanding how self-development can have a positive impact on oneself and society as a whole. Fourth Stoic lesson: positive egoism through positive contribution. In the context of positive egoism, the fourth Stoic lesson highlights how a person can hone his egoistic nature by making positive contributions to others. Stoicism teaches that making a positive contribution to society is not only a moral responsibility, but also an investment in personal happiness. By making a contribution, a person not only enriches the surrounding environment, but also enriches himself through experience and inner fulfillment. In the Stoic perspective, personal satisfaction does not always originate from selfish, consumptive desires. On the other hand, giving sincerely to others can create a deep sense of satisfaction. Through positive contributions, a person feels that he or she has an important role in creating positive change, and this provides deeper meaning in life. Positive egoism in this context is not simply the pursuit of personal happiness without considering the interests of others. Rather, it is a recognition that making a positive contribution is not only a social responsibility, but also a way to enrich oneself and achieve sustainable personal satisfaction. Thus, the fourth Stoic lesson teaches that egoism centered on positive contribution is the key to creating a more balanced relationship between fulfilling personal needs and contributing to society. Fifth Stoic lesson: building healthy relationships in rewarded egoism. The fifth Stoic lesson teaches that a cherished, selfish life involves understanding the importance of establishing and maintaining healthy relationships with others. Stoicism emphasizes that healthy relationships are not simply an addition to life, but rather an integral part of wisdom and happiness. In the Stoic view, mutually supportive and enriching relationships are a reflection of personal wisdom and understanding of moral values. In the context of positive egoism, Stoicism teaches that engaging in healthy relationships not only brings happiness to others, but also to oneself. Respectful and supportive relationships provide emotional support, and this is important for achieving mental stability and personal satisfaction. Rewarded egoism is not self-isolation or an exclusive focus on personal interests. Rather, it includes the ability to cultivate meaningful relationships with others, share happiness, and feel the sense of fulfillment that comes from healthy social connections. By understanding that happiness is not always found in individual achievement, but also through healthy relationships, Stoicism provides valuable insight into how a cherished selfish life can be realized through collaboration and the exchange of positive values with others. Sixth Stoic lesson: increasing happiness through acceptance of reality. The sixth Stoic lesson leads us to understand that happiness in a cherished selfish life can be obtained through accepting reality, especially by understanding the Stoic concept of accepting things that cannot be changed. Stoicism teaches that true happiness does not depend on external circumstances, but rather on how we respond to and accept reality. In the context of positive egoism, this means that a person cannot always control or change the environment or circumstances, but he can control his reactions and attitudes towards these things. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of accepting reality as it is, especially things that are beyond our control. This concept is known as uniform acceptance, or amor fati, which means loving destiny or fate no matter what happens. In the context of positive egoism, accepting reality provides psychological freedom. This allows a person to focus on things that can be changed and exert a positive influence on themselves and others. Acceptance of reality helps prevent unnecessary stress and allows a person to build happiness based on actual circumstances, not on unrealistic hopes or desires. So, the sixth Stoic lesson teaches that accepting reality wisely is the key to increasing the level of happiness in a cherished egoistic life. Seventh Stoic lesson, seeking balance in rewarded egoism. The seventh Stoic lesson brings us to an understanding of the importance of seeking a balance between personal interests and collective interests in the context of a cherished egoistic life. Stoicism teaches that healthy egoism requires understanding one's own needs while recognizing the interests of others. Seeking a balance between personal and collective interests is a form of wisdom that ensures that actions and decisions not only benefit oneself, but also have a positive impact on society. In Stoicism, harmony in life is seen as the result of achieving a balance between wisdom and goodness. This includes the recognition that a meaningful life is not only about achieving personal goals, but also contributing to collective sustainability and happiness. Stoicism emphasizes that living in harmony requires the ability to control oneself, achieve emotional balance, and make positive contributions to others. In the context of cherished egoism, harmony reflects wisdom in managing personal needs without harming the common good. So, the seventh Stoic lesson guides us to understand that seeking a balance between personal and collective interests is the key to achieving harmony in life and realizing a balanced and meaningful egoistic life. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Remember, wisdom is not only in words, but in our daily actions. Let's continue to apply these values to our lives to create deeper meaning and sustainable happiness. Don't miss the moment to continue learning and developing. If you enjoyed this content and want to continue getting inspired, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. By subscribing, you will become part of a community that is always hungry for knowledge and growth. Let's take a step towards a more meaningful life together. See you in the next episode.